Hey YouTube, it's Flavia Del Monte from FlaviaLiciousFitness.com, where I teach you how to love your body 365 days a year by training smarter, not just harder. Today's workout is going to involve the beautiful glute, our thighs are going to be thinning out the thighs, and we're also going to hit some calves, so let's get started. So the split squats are amazing and brutal, and I'm just gonna make them more brutal for you so that you can really shape those legs. We're gonna be working with tempo for these split squats. So we're gonna be lowering down 3 seconds, and get this, we're gonna hold it for 2 seconds at the bottom of the movement before we come back up. I know you're gonna hate me, but you're gonna love me soon. Once you got the technique down, this might take a few weeks before you can add weight, but make sure that you add those weights as soon as you can do that properly, and about 8 to 10 reps on that. Okay, we're gonna burn out the quads. That's what our focus is today. So let's turn it around, take a nice step forward, and this time instead of going straight up and down, we're actually gonna be bending over and pushing up through the heels to our start position. And again, nice steady tempo. This time we're not gonna hold it at the bottom, we're just gonna come right back up. Okay, so these machines at my house were made for Vince, my husband, not necessarily for women. So I just want to make sure that my back is supported. So I just shoved a blanket behind me. So when you're at the gym, just make sure that you're sitting right back against the pad. So the technique to really target those quads and isolate them as much as possible is to make sure that you keep your butt on the pad the entire time. No lifting your butt off the pad. I see it all the time. And you want to bring your legs up to as straight as you possibly can. And when you get to the top of the movement, you want to hold it for 2 seconds and squeeze the crap out of those quads. And then you want to lower down slowly. Okay, getting down and dirty on the floor, we're gonna superset those extensions with some bridges. I put the band around my thighs this time because we're trying to emphasize the quads. If you saw my day one exercise with the glutes and the hamstrings, I tied the band below my knees to really target the glutes. This time we're gonna do the quads. So same technique. We're just gonna be lifting our pelvis up, and think about driving your glutes to your knees and really squeezing it. You're gonna tilt, so pelvic tilt. Every time that we're working the glutes, we're thinking about tilting the pelvis. And thinking about the band, you wanna drive the thighs out into the band, so you're essentially spreading your legs. You're trying to touch the wall with your thighs. Okay, we are going to be doing some squats. Normally what I do here, if I'm at the gym, I will jump on a leg press. But because I don't have a leg press machine at my house, we're gonna be doing elevated squats. So we do the elevation to replicate the bend in the knee that the leg press gives us. If you are using a leg press, keep your legs low on the pad and go ahead and do a narrow stance on that. And that's really gonna engage the quads. Another really cool technique to make sure that you target those quads is when you're pushing back up into the start of the position, think about what we were doing on the leg extension. So that same technique, think about doing a leg extension as you're pushing the pad away from you. But if you are at home and you're doing the squats, this is how it's done. We're gonna take a narrow stance as well, and we're gonna lower nice and slow. Get down really nice and deep, hold it for 2 seconds, and push back up through your heels, and you're actually thinking about pushing your legs out to the walls, and that's gonna help you have a really nice and stable squat. So you're not buckling at the knees, you're gonna come up really nice and strong. So hold for 2 seconds, and then drive through your heels, and think about driving those thighs out to the wall. Moving on to exercise 2 of our tricep. The first exercise was the leg press. The next exercise is gonna be step ups, but we're gonna do it with a glute focus. So that's why I'm kind of having this huge apparatus ordeal. I have a really hard time using just my glutes to get into the step up. So this is a really, really cool cheat until you learn how to engage your glutes. So we're gonna put a bar up here and we're just going to be pushing up through our glutes. So take a nice step up and push through your heels, and you don't wanna be pulling yourself up on the bar. You're just really, really lightly pressing it. So you're gonna come up and then you're gonna squeeze that glute at the top, and then you're gonna come back, stepping back, and we just wanna do like a toe touch. So we don't wanna be pushing up through the back leg. It essentially is just a touch and right back up using that glute. And that's when this bar comes in really, really handy. Otherwise, a lot of times we end up using that back leg for momentum. I know I do. And we just wanna really focus on the glutes this time. One thing that is worth noting is the level of my steps. So a bench works really, really well here as well. But you don't wanna be putting this step too high. You don't want too high of a step or else you're gonna be really working your quads, which isn't a bad thing, but we wanna work the glutes. And you don't wanna be doing it too low either. So note the distance from the step to the floor here. In order to keep the walking lunges glute focused, we're gonna be doing a bend as we step into the lunge. So instead of the traditional, straight up and down, we're going to really be bending into the lunge. And as we come back up, we're gonna be thinking about pushing the ground away from us through the heel, pushing right up and squeezing that glute at the top. And you wanna keep the momentum going. You don't wanna stop and just squeeze your glute at the top. You want it to flow beautifully, unlike my words right now. The faster you go, the easier it's gonna be to engage those glutes. So to finish off today's workout, we are going to hit the calves nice and hard. We're gonna be doing some standing calf raises, superset with the seated calf raise. So with the standing calf raise, you're targeting more of your gastrocnemius. It's the part that really, really shows in your calf. You wanna be hitting the gastrocnemius with a heavy load, about 6 to 7 reps, and then you wanna superset that with the seated calf raise. And because we're gonna be working our soleus, like the inside of the calf, that is more of a slow twitch muscle fiber, so you can go ahead and bust out a bunch of reps on that. I usually do about 15 to 20. Don't usually add weight to that. And then I'm gonna rest for 1.5 minutes and repeat for a total of 4 sets. So the trick to the calves, I'm not gonna show you, but the trick to the calves is to just make sure that you have enough range. So you wanna get as low as you possibly can and then fully right up onto your tippy toes, get into that top position, and that's really gonna help work those calves properly. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit the like button. And for watching all the way through, I wanna give you my free fat loss workout. This workout is my most popular workout. You're gonna lose weight faster than you thought possible. All you have to do is hit the annotation above, enter your first name, your email address. Don't forget to confirm that link, and I'll send you my free workout series right away. If you are on your mobile device, you won't be able to hit that annotation, but don't worry, I got you hooked up. Just hit the link in the description box below. It's gonna be your first link. Follow the exact same steps, and I'll send you that free workout right away. Let me know what workouts you want me to cover in the comment section below, and we'll see you again next time.